Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm presenting assignment 3, which is creating a positive learning environment which nurtures holistic well-being. I believe good teaching and learning occurs when there is a good relationship between students and teachers. A good relationship between students and teachers develops trust between the two parties. The student is more likely to have confidence in the teacher's ability to teach and lead, and through a healthy student and teacher relationship, the teacher is more likely to understand the student's needs and to cater for his or her learning style accordingly. Good relationships also changes attitudes of both parties. Students who see a teacher in a positive light is more likely to behave in a good manner and to obey instructions, and a teacher who gets along well with his or her student is more likely to be motivated to continually improve his or her way of teaching that best suits students' needs. According to Hughes and Chen, a teacher and student relationship when teachers plays can a large cater for role mixed in abilities in students' the classroom. development, The teacher academic specifically motivation, caters for each engagement, group's learning and needs forms a so that social all students context can benefit for a and learning are able to reach their environment. full learning potential. Moreover, Students can work in groups supportive of learners relationships that are of similar promote a abilities sense of and are belonging likely to feel and less intimidated encourages and more cooperative participation in the confident. classroom.
It enables students to work
Therefore,
at their
having
own
a
pace.
positive
Students
student-teacher
who
relationship
are more
is
advanced
essential
can
in
progress
creating
through the
a positive
curriculum
classroom
and feel
environment
challenged,
that
while
is
students
conducive
less
to
advanced
holistic
can take the
well-being,
necessary
because it
time they need
creates
to
a
progress through
sense
the
of
curriculum.
trust, positive attitudes.
Moreover,
Fostering
ability grouping
healthy
lowers
and
the chance
inclusive
of
classroom
parents
discussions.
distrusting mixed
Teachers
ability
can foster
classes
healthy and
that
honest
lead to
classroom
withdrawal
discussions
and
and
making
high achieving
classrooms safe
students
space
from
to share
sharing.
opinions. This is
A
done by
teacher who is
establishing
able to
mutual
cater
respect
for
between
diverse
teachers and
needs is
students.
able to create
Teachers
a
should
holistic
provide a lot of
classroom
encouragement
environment.
and guidance during
This
discussion
is
that is
because
done in a
students
positive
who are
way.
behind the curriculum will not feel stressed or lost by doing work that is
For
too hard.
example, instead of telling
And students
students
who are
that their
above
answer
the
is wrong,
curriculum
the
standards
teacher
will
could
not
say,
feel like they are
I
being
like that
dragged behind.
I like
What
the
you are
ability
thinking,
to cater
but
for
that is
diverse
not
learning
quite
levels
on the
and
right
reaches
track.
learning for all
For someone
students.
helper that will make them
This
feel
praises the
challenged
student
without being
for
too overwhelmed
contributing
and
for
provides
feeling
honest feedback
unchallenged.
without being
It creates an
condescending to the
environment
student.
that is suitable for all students.
A
When
teacher who
teachers
can
help
foster
students
healthy
with new
discussions
information
where
with
students feel
existing
open to share
knowledge
their thoughts
and
and
interests.
opinions
Effective
can create a
teaching
positive
occurs
learning
when the teacher
environment
not only
that is
passes on
inclusive and
information to the
encouraging in
student,
discussion.
but is able to relate the topic to a bigger picture or real life context. This begins with the teacher knowing what the student already knows, is familiar with, and what their interests and hobbies are. When a teacher can help students link new knowledge or information with existing knowledge, rather than teaching new information in isolation, the teacher can assist the student to build on their knowledge. Students learn more
Now, we're
effectively
going
by
to talk
doing
about
it.
the 5 overarching
Is
principles
planning to
in
keep
creating
mixed
positive
ability
learning
students
environment
together
that nurtures
and offering
holistic
options
well-being.
to suit diverse learning
The
needs.
first principle, although it feels natural to group students according to their academic abilities in the classroom, multiple studies has shown that grouping students according to their abilities benefits high-achieving students, but hinders the learning potential of lower-achieving students, because it increases the gap between high achievers and low achievers. This may be explained by many factors, such as the high-achieving students being presented with advanced work and lower-achieving students doing relatively simple work that makes it harder for them to catch up to the level of higher-achieving students.
To demonstrate
Moreover,
knowledge and
students
understanding
of lower ability
differentiate
may develop
teaching
low
that meets
self-esteem.
the needs
It may
of
result in
different
students labeling
learners.
themselves as either smart. There are many benefits of keeping mixed ability students together. It enables the students that are behind curriculum standards opportunities to catch up. It also avoids students labeling themselves as smart students or not. Students are less likely to feel segregated and more likely to feel like they are working together as a whole class, moving forward at a similar pace. Moreover, the downside of giving students options of extension activities is that students who are capable in doing more may choose to be lazy and not want to take the option. This may hinder the potential of the student. Moreover, because the lower achieving student. Number 2. Approach assessment as a
Self-assessment
form
is
of learning
beneficial
and
as
reflection.
students will
Grading
likely to feel
students
less
by giving
pressured
them
and
a mark
anxious
is
about
one of the most
receiving a
common
grade
forms
mark.
of assessment.
It
It
enables
is a
students
fast,
to
convenient,
focus on
and
learning
direct
and
way of
improvement
grading a student.
rather than reaching a
It also
certain grade,
makes
or
it
to
easy
avoid
for teachers
comparing
to record
themselves with
student
their
progress
peers.
and to compare their performance
Self-assessment
over
may
time.
be very
However,
time-consuming
according
and may
to
consume
Woolcock and
valuable
Maggots,
time students need to focus on
assessment
their core subjects.
always has an emotional
Moreover,
impact. Highly
self-assessment is
competitive
quite
classes
subjective,
may be
making it
unhealthy
hard
for
for the
students
teacher
who lack
to report
self-confidence
performance
and
to
are
see
anxious.
whether a
This
student
is
is actually
particularly true when
progressing.
students associate
Furthermore,
their
some
identity
students may
with the
struggle
marks
to
they
know
receive.
how to properly
Moreover, students
reflect
may
on
be
their learning.
pressured from home
That
to
may make
achieve a
the
certain
assessment
mark
ineffective
and may
and
become upset if
time-consuming
they fail
to
to
teach
reach
a child
Hence,
to know how
Woolcock
to
and
do
Maggots
so.
make a valid point.
This principle complies with the AITSL professional standards for teachers that requires teachers to understand various assessment strategies that include formal, informal, diagnostic, summative, formative approaches to student learning. The use of an alternative informal form of assessment is a great way to demonstrate variety in the forms of assessment. According to Hoy and Maggots, the teacher and student relationship is the starting point to the social dynamic of the classroom. This includes student-to-student interactions and the overall culture. This is verified by Hughes and Chen that mention that student and teacher relationships are the basis of social context of a learning environment. They mention that it has a big influence in motivation, development, and engagement in the school. Both studies highlight the idea that student and teacher relationship is powerful, and it has a big influence in the social dynamic and culture in the classroom. A positive relationship starts by getting to know the student better and to meet their learning goals. The relationship a teacher has with their student sets an example of how other students should behave and act in the classroom. This is confirmed by Townley, who mentions that in order to teach students to listen carefully, respect each other, cooperate to embrace differences, teachers need to model these positive behaviors first. Townley's point is very valid, as children are very impressionable people.
There are obvious
and very
immeasurable
easily
benefits in implementing this
According
principle.
to Liberant,
However, teachers need to be
continual
aware of the
communication between
boundaries of the
students and
student and
teachers
teacher
is likely to
relationship.
change
It must be
behavior.
professional
Hence,
and
teachers
aligned
should
with the
often
professional code
provide
of conduct.
opportunities
Even when
for
the teacher
students
is
to be
not in
able
the
to
classroom,
engage in
he or she
interactions.
must have
The
a
study
professional
has shown
relationship
that
with
a
the
healthy
students and
relationship
to model
has
positive behavior. This complies with the Australian professional standard that requires teachers to know
recognizing
and
and
understand the
celebrating
development and
cultural
characteristics
differences.
of students.
In
and
order
how
to recognize
influences
cultural
learning,
differences
and to
in the
know and
classroom,
understand
it
how
begins with a
students
teacher
learn.
knowing
A positive
his
student
or
and
her
teacher
student well.
relationship fosters
This
good
principle
communication
complies with
and
the fourth
greater
standard
understanding
of
that leads to better
the
teaching and learning
AITSL
decisions.
professional standards for teachers, which is to know students and how they learn, where the teacher should show understanding of students' cultural identity, its impact and language, particularly for Aboriginal students. According to Hoy and Maggots, it begins with the teacher being aware of the individual characteristics of its students, cultural background, understanding of the students' abilities and their anxieties. Knowing students well through personal interactions will enable the teacher to be aware of the students as an individual and to avoid stereotyping. Multicultural events are a good way in recognizing diverse
Implementing
cultures
this principle in the class.
Number 5.
When practically
Extending the
implemented,
teacher's role in
teachers
being
may
responsible for
need to
students'
take the
holistic
time to
well-being.
educate and set rules
In order to
create
create a positive,
caring,
supportive
classroom
culture,
environment.
teachers
Teachers
need to
need
show
to be
that they
careful
care
when
about
implementing
this
this principle.
It highlights
That
the
extending
idea
their role
that,
as a
that
teacher
teacher's role
won't burn
goes
themselves
beyond
out.
simply passing on
And that they
knowledge,
need to keep
but
a
being
balance
responsible
of
for
teaching
his
as
or
well
her
as looking
students'
out for student well-being.
According to Johnson
Teachers
and Thomas,
also need to be
caring
aware
teachers
of the
make students feel
limitations
confident
of being
and more
responsible
confident
with
of
their
student
choices.
well-being.
This
And
can be
knowing when
explained
they need to
because
refer
caring
students
classrooms
for further
promote
help,
a
such
sense
as
of
safety
counseling.
and community. This principle complies with the fourth standard of the AITSL professional standards for teachers, which is creating and maintaining supportive and safe learning environments, fostering a caring, safe, and risk-free environment, leading to healthy, inclusive student engagement in the classroom, where students are not likely to feel uncomfortable or intimidated to participate in discussion. Moreover, a teacher who extends his or her role
in being responsible for a student's holistic well-being needs to implement strategies to support student well-being and safety in the classroom. This may include making rules, being a role model, and doing activities that the teacher can encourage students' well-being and safety. Classroom design. A positive classroom environment which nurtures holistic well-being will have different displays in the classroom that promotes a sense of belonging and identity in the classroom. This may include student profiles that includes their interests and something unique about themselves. For example, students can make posters about their cultural identity that may be displayed on classroom walls. Having displays and resources that reflect different cultures is a way to make a classroom interactive and culturally accepting. The classroom should be a place that celebrates students' work, achievement, and individuality. Posters that promote student well-being will be displayed around the classroom to raise awareness and inform students about how to take care of themselves. Classroom tables will be arranged in a way that encourages student interactions, so students will be able to face each other while working. The teacher will incorporate a seating arrangement. Although we are dealing with, thank you for listening to my presentation. It is expected that students show respect